I had this Disneyfied perspective on the world that a man is a prince and a woman is a damsel in distress, and a man's role is to save the damsel in distress. And so I thought I did that. And it turns out that I had a lot of really skewed perspectives and poor beliefs that didn't serve me or the wife that I had at the time. Um, and it was in that divorce that I was kind of forced to look in the mirror once again, as we always are in these very challenging situations. And I started my journey down the self development road as it relates to relationships. Here's how it goes, right? It's like you break up with somebody and then you're on your own, and there's like this period of grief and mourning where you're like, I'll never find love again. And you're like crying in your phone every night. And very much true for myself. I don't know about anybody else, but that was my experience. And that went on for a month or two. And then you're like, oh, I'm sick of this. I got to do something about it. So you got to pull yourself up out of the mud and dust yourself off. And then I'm like, well, I need to start talking to girls, but I've only had two serious relationships. One was 9.5 years, my high school sweetheart, who, I broke up with her to be with my wife that divorced me. And I was with her for 6.5 years. So I don't have any experience dating. I don't have to talk to girls. So what do? I pick up a couple of books. One of them, shout out Neil Strauss, was The Game. I fall down this rabbit hole of pickup artists and, how to say what to who and to pick up girls. And that, surprisingly, anybody that's on the outside of that world has a very specific belief about it. And you're right to have that belief, because I totally get it. You're saying things or doing things to be manipulative to get women, and that's dirty, evil, and deplorable. Totally agree with you there. Here's the thing. The first section of the book, The Game, is talking about like, hey, this is how women operate. This is how you can say things to, be confident and show up the way that they are going to say yes to you, to a date, and to kiss them and to sleep with them and all the other wonderful things that come from relationships. But the second 2/3 of the book is about how empty and meaningless it is to be in pursuit of these one night stand type scenarios, and how the only way he learned that lesson was by doing it. And he advocates against it completely and says, listen, take some of the skills and things that I'm telling you to make yourself better, be a man with purpose, go out there and do something important, and that's going to attract the love of your life. Somebody who's willing to sit with you in the mud when you're going through your shit and pick up the pieces and keep going, and all of the other wonderful things that you want from a life partner comes from you having some certain skills. And that means that you kind of have to show up as a man in a masculine role who is a leader and able to be decisive, and all of the other important aspects that come along with being a man in this world. So my entry into this, and after all of the hard-earned lessons that I have acquired across my experience, my book working title, and I'd love to get some feedback on this, is How to Simp Without Being a Simp. Because you hear, I don't know, I talk to girls all the time, and like, we love when guys simp, except we hate simps. We don't want a guy who's just like, groveling at our feet, putting us on a pedestal. But also, like, we love when a guy like makes us feel special and important and gives us attention. And so there's like a lot of these nuanced gray area type concepts that if you can just find the balance between the two extremes, like somewhere in the middle, you can find this thing. Like, to be a leader is not like, I'm going to tell my wife what to do all the time. Like, no, that's not it. It's like, if you're going to go on a date, like, plan it out. If you want her to be involved in planning the date out, then create options that makes it easier for her to pick what restaurant you eat at. Hey, listen, I was feeling like either Chinese or Italian tonight. Did either of those things spark your interest? You're leading by creating some options in that scenario, and she still feels like she gets to contribute by picking one of the two options. And she doesn't have to pick one of the two options. I'm not saying that. She might want to go and get Thai food. Doesn't matter. It's the action of being the leader and taking charge and getting in the car and taking the steps to make that happen.